Please like and subscribe. Let's get right into the story. The eerie echoes of Blackwood Forest. In the remote, windswept corner of northern England, where civilization seemed to lose its grip on the land, sat an ancient woodland, Blackwood Forest. This vast wilderness stretched out across the landscape, a seemingly impenetrable wall of trees whose dense canopies swallowed the daylight and cloaked the forest floor in perpetual twilight. Nestled deep within its heart was a spectral reminder of a forgotten era, the derelict town of Lakewood. Once bustling with life, Lakewood now lay abandoned for over a century, a ghost town hidden within the unforgiving embrace of the forest. The dilapidated structures silently decayed, becoming one with the wilderness, as a bone-chilling silence hung over the town like an ominous shroud. Eli Whitmore, an accomplished novelist whose works walked the fine line between the natural and the supernatural, chanced upon a brittle, discolored newspaper article about the mysterious town of Lakewood. As he read the disturbing account of the unexplained disappearances that had plagued Lakewood in its final years, a shiver of exhilaration coursed through him. His intuition, honed from years of weaving intriguing narratives, sensed an untold story buried beneath the veneer of these forgotten newsprint words. His curiosity ignited, Eli prepared himself for a daunting journey into the unknown. He meticulously packed his investigative arsenal, a sturdy leather-bound notebook that had been his constant companion, a vintage film camera to capture the unseen, a faded map of the region, and an oil lantern, its warm glow a beacon against the shadowy corners of the unknown. As Eli stepped into the chilling embrace of Blackwood Forest, he could feel the temperature drop significantly. The forest's usual symphony of chirping birds and rustling leaves slowly faded into a heavy silence, so oppressive that it almost seemed to carry a weight of its own. After hours of navigating through the forest's dense undergrowth, the ghostly ruins of Lakewood emerged from the shadows. Eli stood at the edge of the town, his gaze wandering over the crumbling structures almost swallowed by the relentless forest. His heart pounded in his chest, a maelstrom of dread and anticipation. Deeper within the town, he discovered the dilapidated remnants of the old town hall. Once a symbol of prosperity and communal strength, it now lay in ruins, succumbing to the relentless march of nature. The grand edifice was almost unrecognizable, shrouded in a cloak of moss and ivy. Inside the echo-laden town hall, Eli unearthed an ancient town ledger, a forgotten chronicle of Lakewood's demise. The final entries in the ledger spoke of an unsettling presence within the forest, of eerie whispers that echoed through the night, and of townsfolk who disappeared, never to return. The last entry held a dire warning, hastily scrawled as if in panic, to those who find this, leave while you can. Do not listen to the whispers. As twilight surrendered to the inky blackness of night, Lakewood transformed into a spectral landscape, the moon casting long, grotesque shadows over the abandoned town. Within the chilling solitude of the town hall, Eli heard it, a faint whisper carried on the cold forest breeze. It was indistinguishable at first, akin to the rustling of dry leaves or the soft murmur of a far-off brook, yet it carried a haunting melody that sent chills down his spine. Fueled by a morbid fascination and a writer's desire to uncover the truth, Eli ventured into the heart of the forest. He was drawn deeper into the labyrinth of ancient trees by the growing cadence of the whispers. The forest around him seemed to come alive, the dancing shadows taking on ghastly forms as his lantern struggled to keep the darkness at bay. In the forest's very heart, he stumbled upon a clearing dominated by a single, solitary tree. Its gnarled trunk and twisted branches bore the scars of countless centuries. From this ancient sentinel, the whispers seemed to emanate. As he drew closer, the whispers grew louder, forming a chorus of voices that echoed through the silence of the forest. Then, something shifted. The voices were no longer just in the air around him, they were inside his head, clamoring for attention. They spoke in overlapping whispers of souls lost, of eternal torment, of an insidious curse. They beckoned him, their eerie chorus resonating with an imploration, "Join us." Panic surged through Eli as he felt the ground beneath him start to give way. The tree seemed to pull him towards it, as if seeking to absorb him into its ancient bark. The whispering voices amplified into bone-chilling screams, mingling with his own cries of fear. In his moment of desperate terror, the chilling admonition from the ledger echoed in his mind, "Do not listen to the whispers." With a Herculean effort, he tore his mind away from the mesmerizing voices. Summoning every ounce of his willpower, he fought against the unseen forces, struggling away from the tree and stumbling through the undergrowth, towards the relative safety of the abandoned town. By the time he staggered back into the derelict town, the intoxicating whispers had receded, retreating to the far corners of his mind. He didn't dare look back as he navigated through the spectral town and the encircling forest. Dawn was beginning to break, its first rays tentatively piercing the canopy, bathing the forest in a soft, comforting glow. Finally reaching his car, Eli risked one final glance at the imposing silhouette of Blackwood Forest. He let out a shaky breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding, his hands trembling as he started the car and pulled away from the eerie tranquility of the forest. Back in the bustling city, Eli could not shake off the chilling memory of his terrifying encounter. His experience became the foundation of his most gripping novel, The Eerie Echoes of Blackwood Forest. His tale served as a stark reminder of the unknown that lurks within our world, and that some mysteries are better left to slumber in their forgotten corners, untouched by human curiosity.